Welcome to the Turnt Table with me, Bezz. Okay, so we're back again. Got a lot to get through, so let's get straight into it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, do you know what? This juice I made, I've got to say, it's incredible.
Yeah, Mike, you're loving that, isn't it?
Can't lie. I'm on a good wave still. I'm on a good wave. I'm enjoying myself.
Alright, see, let's bring it to the table. So this week, what we're bringing to the table is a discussion, and the topic of discussion it's a statement. So it's we need more black ownership in the UK music industry. So ownership and the UK music industry. So what are you lot's thoughts on that? Who wants to kick us off?
Well, I personally feel double-sided about it. I feel like yes, and then I feel like no. Because I feel no, because it's hard enough trying to get us to stick to one thing and support each other as it is in like buying each other's music or, you know, supporting whatever brand it may be, to then have somebody to own a record label, let's say if it was a Sony or something. Do you know what I mean? But then I'm all for it and would 100%
So what do you think? You think if we had like a black-owned record label, like a big one, people won't support it, or do you think people are unwilling to support it, or what is
it could go either way, because in America, black-owned labels are doing tremendously well.
A lot of them.
But here, I wish you could name me one that's doing amazingly well.
Michael, black-owned label.
I'm for it, but do you know what it is? Yeah, it's just like I know personally. If one of us would start a label and want to go out and sign artists, bare people would just rather sign with a major label than us. Like, anyway, no one really sees the vision a lot of time. When you come to people and be like, look, I have an idea, I have a vision, this and that, etc. A lot of people are rather like shrug it to the side, because there's many times that, you know, I've heard people say, well, like they want to start a label and they have the finances. They might not have the know-how, but they've got good intentions. And more time it never works out because like the person that they wanted to do business with has done them over dirty. Like a lot of people don't really see the vision in like hindsight. So
yeah, but in terms of like going to people and trying to sell them your business and sell it to them, one thing is like a business and people trust reputation.
Yeah,
so they trust what's already established. Like major labels are already established, and you can kind of track what they're gonna offer financially, everything, and what they can do for you. With new labels, you kind of, it's uncharted territory. If it's a new label but you don't know, but it's like you said, like it's like the vision. Like, will people buy into that vision? And obviously in terms of ownership and UK platforms and what we need, labels aren't the only thing. So in terms of like we can say there aren't that many black owned UK labels, but we've got quite a number of platforms that help the UK music industry, and they're black owned. So we've got like GRM, Link Up. Well, we don't know what's happening with SB right now, but SB started black owned. So, and GRM, Link Up, all of them, they all got the support, and we pushed them, elevated them to a new place. Like, you got GRM doing awards now. Like, that's big to me, because it's a black owned platform doing awards for people yearly. Like, I see the vision, like that could rival mobiles in years to come. Like, that's a big move.
Yeah.
Like, I get behind that because I'm thinking that is mad. Like, that's a big move. Like, the young, like, they're giving out plaques now. Like, these are things where I'm seeing real established artists going to Postie's office and going to the GRM office and they're collecting their plaques. Like, it's real. Like, so I think slowly we're getting there, but obviously, like, one thing that you touched on is financially. Like, how, because I think it's easy, like, we can say yes, of course we need more black owned things, but it's how are we gonna make it black owned? Like, money is such a big thing. Like, it's the financial side.
Do you know what? Touching back to the GRM awards, I think more people would push and put money into that 100%, because that is way better than the Mobos. I wouldn't waste another year watching the Mobos, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't even watch the Mobos.
Are you saying that because of like who have recently won the Mobos?
No, simply because with the GRM awards, it's everybody that I'm listening to, it's everybody that my friends listen to, it's everything that the culture represents.
Yeah.
That's what the awards awards are about. When you go to the Mobos, that's what it's supposed to be, and it's not.
So what, you reckon it's been diluted over
1,000%, yeah.
Alright, cool. So do you think the dilution with these other brands, platforms, whatever you want to call them, that aren't black owned, do you think that is a problem? Do you think it's because, no, let me word this properly. Do you think they're being diluted because they're not black owned? Because there's no guarantee that even if we have more black owned businesses or whatever, it will get the results we want. There's no guarantee. It's an assumption people are making. But obviously, I'm just asking a question. I think it will help massively.
But being more diluted or not?
No, it will be less diluted, or we'll get the right representation.
Yeah, 100%. I reckon
right will come out.
They'll probably get things more on target. They'll know, okay, cool, this is what we have to do and this is what we have to focus on. But at the end of the day, like, for any business, you're gonna want to grow, and obviously, like, I'm not saying that it's gonna, like, you know, feel like others feel segregated, but if you remember, you have to think of, like, the long run. If you set up something that's black owned and you market as black this, etc., like, cool, say for instance, like, what you're promoting or what you're selling, black people eventually might not start to like, or whatever, they don't like no more, and then it shifts. So what, as a business, you sort of like lost out, sort of thing.
Yeah, what are you gonna do next?
Yeah, so I don't know. So I think people just want to expand their market more or less. So like, I think with anyone that's opening like a black owned business, whatever, I think you should know your different market streams, whatever, etc., and like not try to make things.
I think even if you say it's black owned, that to me is not you excluding other people. Like, you have to know. Obviously, you have to know how to go about doing it and be like, just because I say this is a black business, it doesn't mean I don't want Asian or white people.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's
But I
a
feel
black
like
business.
branding. So again, I feel like it might be a small deterrent if you put on the front of a poster black owned, because a white company's not gonna say white owned. Do you get it? When you meet the person and you hear the background story, then you can then find out it's a black owned tree kind of thing. But I think stamping it with black owned isn't. I feel like it's.
I think it's a cliche. It's not really about what it says on the outside. It's what's inside. Like, who's in the building.
Yeah.
That's what I care about. Like, who's in the building.
Yeah.
Like, you hear all these labels and stuff like that. Yeah. My problem with major labels, or what I'll focus on with like a Universal, Atlantic, or whatever, is who's the head honcho, who's making the decisions.
I would like
So we need more black people in those positions.
But
that's
what's
just
been
as
happening
much.
though. In like the last 6 months, I would say, or the last year or so, like a lot of black executives have been promoted to like high positions. So you got like Twin, for example, who's obviously like co-heading A&R director at Atlantic. You got his twin brother, who's head of Urban at Island. You got Darkus, who runs the whole of Island. You got Adele, who works at Island. You got Unique, who's over at Virgin. Like, you got Glenn, who's now going to be running his own label at Sony. Like Zion, who's now head A&R ministry. So like, it's happening, but these things take.
It takes time.
It takes time. At the same time, it's just like, well, not everyone is educated to do the jobs those people are doing. Because all those people I mentioned, or like the ones that are the big, like the top head honcho sort of thing, it takes time to acquire that knowledge and experience, and they've been in the game probably about 10, 15 years plus, like sort of thing. So, but yeah, I reckon the shift is happening, like, and it's slowly but surely going to happen, like. Cause
I think everyone's behind it, innit? That's why I said, like, it's not really a question of do we need black? Like, we need it. That's why it's a statement. It's not a question. Like, we need more black ownership in the UK music industry, but it's how we go about it, and we don't need it to be just in one little box. We need it spread across the whole industry. So like radio stations, representation everywhere.
But when you say ownership, what do you mean? Do you mean ownership of businesses or ownership of like rights or stuff like that?
That's why it's like it's a big thing. But I'm talking about more the business side. Like
also like more black-owned businesses.
Yeah, black-owned businesses, positions as well. So that's why I said, in terms of ownership, you have to look beyond just owning the business. Also, like I said, the people in like the businesses making the decisions. Because obviously, Atlantic's not going away. These big labels aren't going away, and they're so influential in the market. It will be effective if we had ourselves represented in the building, because they dominate the
100%.
industry. So we need representation there. But other things in terms of ownership, it trickles down to ability to own your own record, masters, all those things. Like, that's all involved in the question as well. And I think you get that knowledge more, or that ability more, by having people like Twin in Atlantic. Like, you're represented and they understand what black artists need. Which is why I said it's important we have black people making the decisions, because then they understand what the artists need. Like, okay, they need ownership and they can kind of educate, they can pass that forward. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, definitely, like, you're right, like, we do need more ownership. But it's education, like you said, like.
Yeah, people gotta just know how to do the job firstly, but I won't lie, we do need a bit more ownership. We do need to be gatekeepers of the industry, etc. But I think the industry is now coming to that realization that they do need more inclusion, etc. Because I've seen things happen around, like, they'll be like, that would have never happened 5-10 years ago, sort of thing. So I think people are starting to realize. Even look at what like Notes and these people are doing, and Too Loud, and even like 2K and J5 and J Hustle also. Like, it's happening, but you get me, like. I definitely know within like the next 5 to 10 years, like Mo or Kilo might be running the label under Sony or Universal, etc. Like, so like it's definitely gonna happen.
We're close to our own Bad Boy.
Yeah, like, you get me, like
our Bad Boy and Rockefeller's coming.
It's definitely gonna happen, but at the same time, all of these things take money in it. About what we said, like, it takes money and finance. Like, in order to get into the game like a Jay-Z, it took a lot of money to get. It took a lot of money and a lot of leverage in order for him to own his own masters, etc. Like, you get me, like, a lot of artists, when you're like being an up and coming artist, like, fam, like, you don't have none of this. Or even trying to enter the game,
you ain't even got the education.
You get me? So it's just like, fam, you can't really do none of this. I can't really say, oh yeah, man, I want to earn all my masters when I haven't been proven in the market or anything like that. But labels are just gonna laugh at you. They're gonna commend the fact that you know what you're talking about, but at the same time they're like, no, man,
you ain't got no.
Yeah, you
can't bargain it.
So like, but it's definitely gonna happen, 100%.
What do you think, Nicole? Like, what type of ownership would you like to see?
Touching on what you said, the people that are already starting are actually doing incredibly well, and then you've got, so for instance, 2K management. Then you've got people like Link Up TV that host events for people that want to get into it.
Yeah.
Into the management industry or label owning industry, etc. Then you've got people like 2K management that will go and have chats with people and inspire other people that want to do the same thing. So it's escalating. It may be a bit slow, but I feel like the slower it is, the better it is.
100%.
Yeah.
Because if you go really fast, you're just gonna crash really fast. When you make one hit single, you've done that really big bang, and now what have you got next?
So I think it's even good that there's people that are gaining the knowledge.
Yeah.
When we do start our own businesses, our own brands, our own
and
platforms.
masterclasses are so important.
Yeah.
So
because like
important.
running a label or running anything, bro, it's a lot of work. Like, you get me?
They're in a business.
Yeah, you get me.
The
Like,
level's a business. That's what people forget.
Especially in something like this, the creative industry, you're dealing with artists who think like, yeah, man, you're not putting enough marketing spend, this and that, etc. Well, how do you tell an artist that, like, you get me, like, I love your work and that, but it's not selling the way you're passionate about it, sort of thing. So that's why we've had to cut the amount of spend, because like, it comes with a lot of like, politics and knowing how to maneuver around people and just being a people person. But yeah, man, 100%.
Except for gaining that knowledge. Alright, sweet. So this week, what we got in the commute?
Boom. So this week, again, there's a few changes I would have made, but I'm just gonna spit out. So number 1, we got Wizkid Soccer. Number 2, we got Afrobeat Drogba. 3, we got Lowski Cool Kid. 4, Mostak What I Wanna. 5, Hardy Caprio Rapper. 6, Young Bane Vroom. 7, 9's I See You Shining, 8, we got Rapman.
See you shining, eh?
We got Rap.
Got that trend.
Hey!
Shining, eh?
We got Rapman Shiro Story. Number 9, we got Note Sit Back Down featuring Malik Berry. And number 10, we got Suspect One Way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go straight into this. There's bare songs of.
Yeah, but wait, before you get straight into it, remember how we put the chart together.
Cool. You know what? Let me explain this to everyone, because I know a lot of people are wondering, like, how would we put together the chart? So basically, the chart is a compilation of songs. I won't even say compilation, but it's a collection of songs that have been released. Obviously, we started the show
couple weeks now.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
The chart, so that's week 2 of the chart.
Yeah, so this is week 2. The rule was that we wouldn't put a song in the chart that was out longer than 6 weeks. So I know a lot of people have been like, oh, why is so and so not here? Why is this and that not here? It's because they weren't within the time frame. So the song has to be, and no song in this chart will stay here longer than 6 weeks, just to let everybody know. And the chart is more or less based on numbers, personal preference, as well as relevance as well. So like, it's a combination of all sorts of things.
So it's like we try to be as objective as possible and look at external factors that influence it, but also it's our chart, isn't it? Like it's our thing. It's the Turnt Table chart.
I'm trying to deter looking at numbers as much.
So we try to not look at numbers. We try to put personal preferences into it. So we're trying to be objective, but it's in our way, using our own method. So it's how we feel, and that's week 2. So and remember, it's a chart, not a playlist. So if tunes can move up, they can move down. Like always remember that. But as Michael wants to get into it, like, what do you think about week 2?
I don't know. I think I'll remove One Way. One Way definitely move, and maybe sit back down.
But One Way went back. One Way went down though.
Yeah, One Way went down. But like right now, like
you think it's not making the noise?
Yeah, in comparison to all the other songs, like One Way when it first came out, first few weeks, he was doing bits.
But that's reflected in the fact that we put it low though.
I hear that, but still, like it's still not cutting it for me. Like there's a lot of things not a lot of songs.
Because we made a concession there with One Way to include it there because we tried to represent what's going on the streets, and maybe it was our personal bias, but I feel like it's done well. Obviously, it's moving down. Quite a few other tunes have come off like this week. I think Favorite Girl. So quite a few other tunes dropped off. One Way was kept there because we wanted to see what was like represent what was really going on in the streets, like all that stuff. Because like One Way wouldn't chart. It's not gonna be on the charts. We're not gonna measure it by those numbers. Suspect is not the artist that gets you the million views on YouTube, so we're not gonna judge him on those standards. But he creates hits that it turns the streets buzzing, and it's a good thing. Like he's linking up with people like Suspect, and Jesse James went in. That verse was very cold. So that one there, but obviously anything can happen this week, innit? We do understand the point, but and it's something we argued over. What else is there?
I'm happy that Wizkid's still number 1. I think that song bangs.
I feel like Socko's a cheat though.
No man.
Nothing ain't knocking that off number 1.
Yeah, nothing is still.
Let's be honest.
That song is everywhere and anywhere. Like,
everyone.
Don't get me wrong, it might not have the mad numbers, but like fam, I hear people blasting in their cars, every club or party.
People that you wouldn't ordinary like. I got my friends that usually I won't say they listen to an Afrobeat type tune or whatever.
I definitely don't. Yeah.
But when they hear that, it gets them moving.
Yeah, you get me. Yeah, like it's a mad one still.
Like, I think Drogba really well. That's why it had to be number 2 because it jumped up a couple of places.
Yeah, Drogba might in the next few weeks. I reckon Drogba will knock down Wizkid still.
Yeah.
Only because he hasn't dropped a visual yet.
The momentum on Drogba is crazy.
So it'll be nuts. Cool Kid. I think for me would probably move down a bit more. What I wanna probably move up.
Because that's what I mean. Because there's certain tunes. What I wanna is reaching the 6-week point. So it might end up dropping off the chart. By technicality, it will come. But we can, and I think it probably should have been off. I think it's been over 6 weeks. But we kept it on there because it's hard to ignore the momentum of the song. Because it's getting mainstream and it's hitting mad momentum in a way that we wouldn't have expected. A rapper similarly as well. We had to introduce a few other tunes because of the momentum and how they're moving in mainstream. I think that's what we did with Vroom.
Vroom is like what, number 32?
Fact check.
Fact check for me, I think it's number 32.
I see you shine at 8 with the wrong numbers.
Most of these records are still in like the top 100. I know Hardy Caprio Rapper's there. What I Wonder is there. Cool Kid is there. I See You Shining A is there as well.
Do you know what song makes me proud on that chart though? Cheryl's Story.
I'm not gonna lie, that's another reason as to why I wanted to take out One Way, because when you said the thing about street relevance here, like fam, I'm in a few WhatsApp groups with the man and whatever, and that song was in every WhatsApp group. Everyone was like, yo, have you seen this? Like early hours in the morning. So I'm like, bro, like it had a good impact. Obviously, in terms of longevity, I'm not too sure, but he did say he's gonna drop part 2 still. So
yeah, because that ended a bit.
Yeah, it ended on a mad one still. What was your thoughts on that?
Nah, the ending caught me off guard.
I wouldn't even lie, I was a bit rattled still. I was like, yo.
I thought my man was doing him a dirty thing, but I thought he was gonna rob him. I thought he was the one who sent the girls to him. So I thought there was actual robbery.
Yeah. But I thought just took his girl and his child. Like, yo.
Tommy was really there asking him, like, you sure you
Yeah, you sure? It's mad.
I didn't watch it from the beginning, I only watched it halfway.
See,
so I saw the part where they were running away, the child, the mum, And
the halfway, that's the
when
end.
he was reading the letter, and that's what I saw. So even that was like, whoa! Imagine your best friend actually got your girlfriend. Mad.
You know what's mad there? Those type of things could actually drive a man to like, I don't know, do a mad. Because like,
mad things, yeah.
you've lost a piece.
Hey, part 2, he's got to get the smoky
Like,
out.
you get me? You lost your girl, and you like your child. Like, what?
Part 2, he's got to go to war.
Boy, I know a couple people already made their own scenario like, raw, like the plug's got a line in, or like, you know, certain man said they'll drop everyone.
Nicole, what do you think should happen in part 2?
You know what? I don't condone violence, but
But
yes, I would lose my rag 100%. You have to. You've just been fathering your best friend's child. That is so mad.
no, that's wild. Still, you know, that's wild.
You know when he was reading the letter, I actually wanted to tear up a
Hey,
little
what's
bit.
the stats? I swear 1 in 50 men in the UK are raising they're raising kids that's not their kids.
That's so
Hey.
mad.
And I reckon that's a common thing still.
Yeah, but are you really gonna ask your girl for a test?
Yeah, it's mad. A lot of
techie.
girls will just be like, yo, like, are you being serious? But that's the mad thing about it. You won't be able to find out because if you present that question to like your girl, it's just like, she's like,
Yeah, but you know, when you're secure in your relationship,
He
you
was
never have
secure.
Hey, he
He's
was
going to-
fine. He was going to pay holidays, then move to another part of the
Hey,
country.
listen.
I didn't watch
Hey,
it from the beginning,
I
so don't
saw
know,
one
but
picture
that's
the other
really
day
sad.
talking about I turned off the line for her. Donnie literally turned off the line and came off the track for her.
Fam, I think that takes a lot still.
Hey, and he need the
That's
plug.
a man's income stream. Like,
He
you're
need
telling
the
him,
plug.
like, he's willing to cut off
He wasn't
his
the
relationship
worker, you
So
know.
what is he gonna do after?
Boy, you gonna have to shoot some shit up.
We
What
don't
was he
condone
gonna do
violence,
after?
back. Yeah, nah, but yeah, that was therefore a good one. Alright, some hidden gem shots that didn't make the chart. What you lot got in mind? I'm still going FR Jones, Ice Ice. What you got in mind? Yeah.
Okay. I've got Aska with
Hey, Ice Bug.
listen, it's lit because that video, his drop, his little shimmy, everything.
It's the shine.
He
Oh
was stylish.
my God.
Hey, what you saying? That's the new marketing
He
strategy.
was stylish. I
So
would like,
bad.
Asko's been like, you know,
Yeah.
so like, I think it's good.
But it's the marketing strategy.
yeah, like he's bringing it.
They're bringing that Rockefeller lifestyle.
Do you know what it is? Like, bar the jewels, whatever. Like,
I was just
it's
about to say that.
Like, he's bringing his personality with like, it's even the way he raps. Like, it's sort of like a cheeky.
Yeah.
I know I'm.
We
cool.
need that sauce.
Yeah, like I know I'm cool. You don't know I'm cool, so I'm gonna say whatever I want to say confidently, sort of thing. He's like Marshall. Hey, no. Like, if I was a rapper, that's the type
I
of style.
willed it a couple
Yeah,
times
yeah,
and he said
that's
that.
the type of style I'll be going for. You see me in a double R, you know, head to toe Gucci.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, definitely.
But
What would you
besides
do, man?
his drip, he from the beginning when he was doing Westwood with Margs and everything,
From the
he's
jump,
been
he's always been
the
saucy.
best.
And do you know who I think I don't know if Tricky influenced him mad. Because Tricky was the original.
Tricky was
I'm
the-
cool and I'm the best.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you lot know I'm cool. Hey, mean flow, killer boy. Hey,
Yeah.
don't
He
carry
doesn't
knife,
ever
got the
get
killer
Tricky
boy.
again,
Hey. Listen, but yeah, nah, they're saucy. Big up Mashtown as well. I'm happy they're back in the fold.
Yeah.
That's
all of
UK
them as
rap
well.
history
Yeah.
there still. What else have we got? What tunes you got, Michael? Please don't come with no.
Mm.
Don't do no strategic marketing, please. Don't do no please don't. You got a haircut, I know you're shiny, but
No, I
quality.
got two. Actually, no, I got two. Yeah, I got two. I put July 7 Pronto. The record's old though. It's been out for like a year, but I definitely want to give that a shout out. I put I'll say AM, Afrobeat, and Gecko because I like the hook. And then one more. I put a Dune. I think it's a Dune C, the engine. But he's from Nigeria. He's got one track. I can't remember the name. It's ALTE something cruise, but it's a bad boy rap.
Hey, I know Sus is gonna kill me, yeah, but I can't remember the name of his new tune. So I hope you don't watch this, cuz I can't remember. But
It's great.
that tune goes off.
Oh, Tour Bus.
Tour Bus, yeah. Amsterdam with my
See,
hey.
I think that, am I wrong in saying that's better than One Way?
Do you know what, yeah?
Me personally, I'm just letting people like I like One Way, but I like that record better. Like I bang that in the car. I was like, yo,
Amsterdam with my
like, yeah, man. So he's going at it still.
Yeah, I like, but he came with a different vibe with that one still. Not his usual, like the energy's always there, but the wave was kind of different, and yeah, so
I
I
want to
think
probably see. Do you know who I want to see jump on the track? Like Asco and Sus.
That would be fun.
I'm not gonna say nothing still. Not
That'd be
gonna say
fun.
nothing. Yeah, that's.
I feel like that's cooking. Do you want to spill?
I'm
I can,
leaving
and
it
no,
there.
do you know why? I can definitely like it's good. It's so mad.
There's
it's
friendship.
It's going to happen. Like you know what I mean? It's going to happen.
I just feel like it's gonna.
It's
I
not
feel
a
like you're gonna
conspiracy.
be rich after you watch it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like
Nah.
that video is gonna be so.
I
good.
reckon they're bringing that. Nah, let's move on. We got
Alright.
we got to talk the news and the gossip. I'm waiting on that. What we got this week? What's been popping in the news?
Nines. Sorry. Nines' new album.
Oh, yeah, crops up.
That's been getting a lot of mixed feedback. That's been getting, oh my god, I love it, and oh my god, this could have done so much better.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I'm on this. I'm on this. This could have done
That's
so
what I was
much
thinking.
better. You know, like
Yeah.
last week, your boy came through and gave his views that I don't think Nines does great projects. That's just me.
Mhm.
That don't mean I think he's rubbish.
Mhm.
I mean that's because I'm just always underwhelmed because I think he's so
He's so
talented.
good,
that I think, in my opinion, Nines ain't got bags and boxes, and that's a shame because he should have a bags and boxes.
Yeah, I can't lie. Bags of boxes is high up there still. It's high. No, he does, man. See out to Hollywood, man. See out to Hollywood is definitely one that you put in like in terms of the category of like
He ain't
UK
got a
classic
bags
tapes.
and boxes.
I don't know. I disagree. It's either you put See Out to Hollywood there or what's the one? Gone Till November. Those are two tapes I know people bang religiously. Even myself personally, but I know other people that'll be like, raw. If you ask them to name a classic Nines tape, they'll be like, See Out to Hollywood or
Alright, classic Nines tape. That's the point. That's a classic Nines. So
yeah, but even then,
yeah, but you're judging Nines by
okay, cool.
Nines.
Bar that, I'd still put it up there in the category of UK classics. Like See Out to Hollywood.
Classics.
Yeah,
Up against
100%.
other classics.
100%. 100%.
So if I name
100%.
5 classics right now, you
100%.
put it up there. Hard Body,
I'll put it up there with them. 100%.
Bags and Boxes,
100%. I'll put it up there with them.
King of the Underground,
100%.
Read It the
Listen,
Most, Tsunami Wave.
Bro, I'll put it up there with them, like 100%. Not saying that they're better than it's not.
I got to
better
see
than
your
others
top
mentioned,
10 classic
But
list.
like, I'll definitely put up there.
I got to see your list of top 10 UK
My top
rap
10
classics.
classics, like I'll put Blacklisted is up there as well.
I got to see your. No, forget. We'll
Yeah,
come back. I got to
cool.
see your list.
So you can't. So you're telling me that?
We're gonna post both our lists
Yeah.
this week
Mhm.
on the Turnt Table
Alright,
Twitter,
cool.
and
We're
we'll
gonna
see
do
what the
that,
fans
but you're
say.
trying to tell me
Top 10.
Nice's tape doesn't belong up there, or one of Nice's tapes
He ain't top 20.
doesn't belong in.
Do you
a
know
Actually, that's harsh. He might have. Ooh, does he have one top 20? Go on, Nicole.
I feel like you should just post it and do a poll and see what happens.
Yeah, no, but he's saying that there's no Nine's tape that's a UK classic. I think a lot of people will disagree with that.
I don't care what
A lot of people
say.
disagree with that.
A lot of people think
Because
Nines
Seattle-
does great projects. I don't.
No, I know a lot of people who say different, like but at the same time, like you can't deny a man. Like,
I think Nines can make hits.
he's definitely got a tape that definitely changed the definitely changed the culture. And people were like, wow, not even say change the culture. Let me scrap that, but even like it made an impact to people like, wow, like. Cool,
Okay,
like,
so
it
he's
goes up
dropped
there.
his album, but before he dropped his album, he dropped a film.
Mhm.
How did you feel about that?
Oh.
I think the film was good.
The film was sick still.
Yeah.
Like it had a very
Everyone
good
was in it as well.
it had a good comedic
Marketing.
aspect to it.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually banging.
Good
still.
marketing. Do you know? That's the other point I wanted to make here. Can you imagine that? We're in a state now where you got people like Gigs doing a whole tour of Europe. You got Nines dropping his album and doing movies. Like growing up here, I never thought I would see stuff like that. Like, obviously, we're not all there yet. Like I can't wait to see Nina being able to like perform, maneuver properly, and I think stuff like that is probably what might be holding him back for fully unleashing, like fully proper, just giving it his all and doing everything. Because you know that when you feel restricted and you still feel like you got shackles on you, it's harder, innit? But I'm just proud. Like I see people doing real, even down to getting Drogba being played at the NBA games. Like the scene is crazy. Like people are doing
UK's
things
flourishing still.
like what Gigs is doing, bro. I can't lie, fam. Him and Buck need a vlog as well. I can't lie. Hey, I was watching the Insta stories and everything religiously. That looked fun, like. And I'm thinking, growing up, I would have never thought people would be making moves like that. So definitely, like we're killing it. So I'm proud. So I just had to say that everyone's doing good things.
There's Been a little bit of chitter chat. Now I saw this on my Insta. What's that thing called? Discover page. And I thought, you know what? Let me not read too much into this. Then I saw it again on my Twitter feed. Then I saw it again on my Snap story thing. Ray and Drake are apparently doing this date life. I need to know if that's real.
Boy.
Because if that's, he's
I ain't
gonna
got
make
no hot takes.
an amazing album.
Well,
He's dropping his album soon, and I feel like she might be on it as
That
well.
name is banter though. I can't.
No, I think
I was thinking the name
she's gonna
banter.
be on it,
Scorpion or Scorpio or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Banter.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I think it was too early for him to drop a project. But then again, who am I?
He has to come Drake.
No, but then it was like. Fam,
I heard there's thinking he's gonna get 1 million.
Fam, I want him like Drake said. Yeah, when Drake said he's gonna be back later, like I can't remember what song it was. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I'll be back in
But
2018
fam,
to give you the.
He didn't
summary.
really go.
He did it because he's been dropping little things here and there.
Fam, I wanted Drake to really live his
But
life,
he's
go through
hot
some
though.
shit, then come back and be like, yo, like,
Going through Ray.
this is my life. Like this is my life. Like,
He's going through Ray.
but even I don't know. Man.
And that next, whatever her name was, I don't know. I saw tweets of him dating someone else.
Letitia Grace or something.
I don't
Some
know nothing
Welsh
about
girl.
her.
Oh yeah,
That-
yeah.
How did that? I want to know
But then
how
again, I
these
think
things happen.
the media are going mad with it then still, like, cause
Yeah.
it's just like, raw, like, obviously he's not
But
dating.
Drake's been dating
He
everyone.
could be dating all of them at the same time, but even then that's mad because the media just baited you up. But even then it's just like, fam.
Yeah, when your money is long and you're Drake.
Yeah.
Not me innit, but like when you're Drake, because I'm not Drake, but gotta take advantage of it.
Him dropping another album so soon.
There's a couple of
think it's
albums.
Yeah,
I think it's
man.
soon.
I thought he'll be back 2019. Because Drake is Drake. Drake is not going to lose his #1 crown. If anything, he might topple down to 2 or 3. But come on, like, the guy is really He's about, like, Drake disappeared for a year and, like, you know, cool. Because I thought he was going to he dropped God's Plan, whatever, this and that. He was going to disappear.
Oh, you thought they were isolated?
Yeah, like, I thought he was going to, like, literally go and, like, lock himself in the studio and live life and literally, like,
Yeah,
you know,
but he's at the
this
top
is it.
right now, though.
I hear that when you're at the top, you got to keep dropping to keep relevant, this and that. But at the
No,
same time,
irrelevant. You just got.
sometimes
He's
it's like-
suffocating the game.
like,
He's just suffocating.
yeah, but that's what I didn't want though. Like too much Drake is like, bro, like too much Drake. Like nice for what? It's not something I'll be like, raw. That's what like, I love that song.
I
Like,
feel like he should have done that as well.
that's why because this is what it leads to. When you rush your stuff, like you're just gonna be dropping not nonsense, but you're gonna be dropping things that are not really like people are gonna look back at it and be like, wow, like you could have done a lot better. Like get me.
I feel like he's smothering us. Do you know what I mean? Like a relationship, it's a bit much.
He doesn't need to. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he actually doesn't need to. Look what Kendrick and J Cole do. Like J
Cool, we're gonna get too deep.
No, but it's the truth. That man disappeared for how long, whatever.
Cole dropped a
whatever.
decent album though. I'm still taking it in before like.
I'm not like
come on.
I haven't
But-
taken it in, and I don't think I will with it because I'm not like no disrespect to him. Like I was a early Cole fan, and after he just went to he doesn't speak to me in it. Like don't get me wrong, he speaks about some real life facts, etc. But him as I don't know, man, he doesn't speak to me. It's a bit boring. His music still.
Cool. Is there anything else that's been popping?
I don't know if. No, we all are Twitter bugs. Like we see everything. So we all definitely saw what was happening with the whole radar situation. But what I want to touch on is the fact that there's a lot of people now that don't have jobs in radio doing what they love.
Yeah, it's mad still.
Yeah,
That's-
facts. I think that's one of the saddest part
That
about it
is
because
the
it
saddest
affected
part.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, no, saddest part beyond the fact that
The main issue.
the main issue, which is, and this is something that it's an issue across the board in all industries, any workplace, is the treatment of women
Yeah.
and how they're looked at. So I think that's the main issue that should be spoken about and focused on before people get carried away, because there are like victims in all of this, and we need to be careful how we comment on the issue. I think that's one of the main things, like, got to be careful about that. But so yeah, like, I think that's something that especially in like, I hear about it a lot in like the creative industry and all these workplaces, the culture and how women are treated. It's just
You're not taken
it's
seriously.
disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't lie, it's very mad, isn't it? But
Yeah.
like, man, it's so mad to comprehend. Like, I just never. When I read some of the articles, I was like, right, this is actually going on. Because more time you hear about these things, but you never really believe that they're actually going on. Because it's like something so bad is actually.
I think
going
that's
on.
something we're guilty of as well.
Yeah.
Even as men, like self-reflective, that we kind of we know it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely it's happening, but we move a bit like
Are you
if
sure
we can't
it's
see it
happening?
or whatever,
Yeah.
we kind of second guess it, which
And
we
a
shouldn't.
lot of people, when men are doing certain things to women in the workplace, will say, "Oh, it was just banter." That's how it would be brushed under the carpet. But if I'm telling you something, you know, it's not banter. Take on board what I'm saying. But the other issue besides that, which is highly important, but besides that, we've now not got our usual Friday shows or our breakfast shows in the morning.
So it's affected a lot of folks.
Yeah, man. I won't even lie, cause like Radar was like, it was a big part of like UK youth culture.
How things were moving.
Like, you get me, like how things were. A lot of people used to go there, start off, whatever, etc. So me personally, like I don't know how it's gonna work, but I reckon they should just do a rebrand, you know,
Which is what they're gonna do.
yeah, a rebrand, cleanse themselves of all the bad.
You sell the business, isn't it? It's a tactic. Sell the business.
I don't think they need to even. Personally, I don't think they need a rebrand, number one, or like need to sell the business. I think it's just like,
They need new personnel.
yeah, get me. Just cut out the cancers, like everyone that was you know involved in whatever, etc. Everyone that did wrong, cut them out, and literally just bring new people in and.
Because they
learn
got
from
the
mistakes.
facility, the resources,
Yeah,
everything.
learn from the
that
mistake.
can't go
And at
away.
the same time, like Radar Radio's it hasn't been around for like a long time, like you know, and it's understandable. Like it takes time to learn how to run a business, so like, just accept.
No, bottom line, the main issue that shouldn't happen. So
Yeah, 100%
you
shouldn't
gotta
happen.
make sure
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not. That's just no matter what business, cut that out.
Yeah, you get me, like
So
they
therefore,
just got to accept the losses and just.
I don't know how safe it will be to rebrand because so much has happened and so many people have been
but you get
affected.
new faces and new people speaking.
I reckon if they actually come out and be like, raw.
I think people will be scared to have their name up against Radar.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
That's why I
It's
think you
definitely
kind of need to rebrand the whole name. That name, I don't know how they'll bring it back, but obviously time will tell.
I think it'll be a
see.
sticky one, but definitely whoever's running just needs to come out and be like, look, you know what, we did wrong, we handled the situation wrongly. Like a lot of people just feel like taking responsibility for a lot of things. Just take responsibility for what has happened. Like you know, obviously you can't change things, but just accept responsibility, move on, and learn how to fix it. A lot of the people, like a lot of problems in life, a lot of people just try to avoid them. Just take it head on, like you know, just take it head on. Because at the same time, like look how many platforms they had. We had Kenny Allstar on there, like you know, we had P Montana on there. We had I can't even think of all the names, but like we had so many people doing positive things that were really like you know trying to blow up the culture and everything. And it's just sad that it's just gone to dust sort of thing now.
Yeah.
And like,
But
One Extra can't take on all those people. Represent can't take on all those people. Like all these stations are a bit like they're full already. So it's just like we actually we needed something in that market or in that gap. So it's just like, yeah, man. To be honest, it's a hard thing still. So I don't know what's gonna happen next.
So hopefully they take responsibility. Do the right thing. Just do the right thing. And yeah, so thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us for another episode. That was dope. Michael's just getting ready to.
I just said
It's
I'm
Turnt Table.
ready to have some more.
Hey, it's the Turnt Table.
I'm ready too.
The turntable, you're done now. Scrap back.